Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Doing the Rock Shop with the guitar. At the Rock Shop, hey. Get yourself your hat, okay? Get your hat, Timmy. We have a very new, very old KISW hat. Because it's new, because we just made them, but they're KISW vintage hats. That's what makes them old. So, you know, if you're confused like I am, just go buy the damn thing, because it looks good. Got the old school Rock logo on the front. Check it out, the KISW Snapback Vintage Hat. It's available now at KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs. And it's time to turn down for tacos.
Down for what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get some tacos and put them in your face. Go ahead, Mr. Face. Thank you very much for that. No problem. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Mike in Auburn to take on Steve. Mike, are you there, sir?
Yes.
Excellent. What's he playing for today?
A pair of fourth row tickets to see Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. The Black Hearts and Cheap Trick, all at Washington State Fair on September 19th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want tickets to the show, you can get them at thefair.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Black Hearts.
Hey. Go see the Black Hearts. Yeah, right. For those playing at home, Mike will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Mike, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
In 1968, what became a required part of an automobile safety equipment in the U.S.?
Seatbelt?
Yes. Who played Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction?
John Travolta.
Yes. In karate, what color belt is earned just before black?
Brown?
Yes. Jim Morrison was known as the Lizard what?
Man?
No. Lizard Man.
Person?
No.
Pass.
Which is the smallest state by area in the U.S.?
Rhode Island?
Yes. Between the 3 famous Gabor sisters, how many times did they marry?
10.
No.
7.
No.
8.
No. What is the highest number that can be called in a game of bingo?
30.
No.
25.
No.
36.
No. Finish the title of this Tom Clancy novel, The Hunt for what?
Red October?
Yes. Which Apollo mission carried Neil Armstrong and his team to the moon?
2?
No.
7.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct.
That's average.
It is. Right down that middle there. We'll have to see if Steve can do better, because if not, he'll do worse. Or maybe he'll tie.
Expert commentary.
Yeah. There's a lot of different ways you can go.
Banner day.
3 different ways you can go about with that.
Have you decided maybe you shouldn't speak anymore?
I'm trying to interject some sporting stuff with it.
Oh, don't try. You don't care about sports.
You're right, I don't. This is why I'm struggling. I'm trying to get better.
No, but you don't care, so don't even try.
Wow.
They see right through it, man.
Yeah,
they
dude.
see right through it. Don't be a poser, dude. Just embrace
you.
Embrace that you hate sports. Yeah, use your nerdy talk stuff.
All right, I'll see what I can do with that. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
He just doesn't want to put the effort in. That's his problem.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
In 1968, what became a required part of an automobile safety equipment in the
Seatbelt.
U.S.? Yes. Who played Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction?
John Travolta.
Yes. In karate, what color belt is earned just before black?
Brown.
Yes. Jim Morrison was known as the Lizard what?
King.
Yes. What is the smallest state by area in the U.S.?
Is that Rhode Island?
Yes. Between the three famous Gabor sisters, how many times did they marry?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say 15.
No.
20.
Yes. What is the highest number
Wow.
that can be called in a game of bingo?
Number 69.
No.
50.
No.
100.
No.
99.
No. Finish the title of this Tom Clancy novel, The Hunt for what?
Red October.
Yes. Which Apollo mission carried Neil Armstrong and his team to the moon?
Creed.
No.
Yeah, nice.
Apollo 9.
No.
Apollo 11.
Yes.
Of course.
Which company did the Wienermobile advertise?
Oscar Mayer.
Yes. And Steve, you win with the old Dolly Parton 9-5.
Sorry, Mikey.
Good game.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, basking in his glory of a destructive win.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes it goes that way.
sometimes it does. I feel like Mike could have done better.
Well, he could have. He could have answered 4 to 5 more correct and then would have gotten himself a win.
I feel like, he should have done better.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go.
But you know what, look.
But he didn't.
I didn't think you would get the Gabor sister question. It was
I
so
didn't
ridiculous.
Well, you're lucky that it was a round number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I was thinking that it was probably up there, and I would have, maybe I would have gone 10, 20, 10, 15, 20 like that. If it wasn't a round number, you'd be screwed.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have done it. Oh, I probably would have done it. Yeah, I probably still would have done it.
Yeah, because how would you know? And let me ask Danny and Vicky, do you even know who they are?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
You don't know Zsa Zsa Gabor?
That sounds familiar, but I can't. No.
They're like old people's version of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And
They're socialites.
Yeah, they're socialites. They did a little bit of acting, and they're mostly known for the amount of times that they married people.
Didn't like Zsa Zsa, wasn't she like at like 11? on her
9.
own? Oh, she had 9.
She had 9 people.
But one of them, I think she doubled up.
I
remember correctly.
I thought that was Liz Taylor.
Oh,
Because I know Liz Taylor married. I think she married 9 times to 8 different people.
A lot of them Hollywood people, they do marry a lot.
Gosh, yeah. The only one that you did miss. What is the highest number that can be called in a game of bingo?
I have no idea.
19.
75.
Oh,
yeah. Look at that.
Okay, look at that.
Is that the minimum age that you have to be to play it too?
No, you can go play it at any time. There have been plenty of times that I've gone and played bingo.
It's a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're 75 at heart.
Yeah, just because I have one of those fully adjustable massaging beds like all the old people do, and the fact that I like bingo, it doesn't mean that I'm an old person.
You have cats.
I have 2 cats, yes.
That's an old That's an old lady's thing.
Mothballs.
Do I really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You
another
have
joke.
the disposition of an old man.
You shut up. Oh,
I think you've proven my point.
Damn it. Steve, congratulations. You win with 9 correct.
Hey, caller number 9, guess what you're doing? You're getting a pair of 4th row tickets to see Joan Jett and the, what do we call them? The
back hearts.
The back hearts, yes. And also, how about Treep Chick? Let's just get that, John. Go, you see them both. Caller number 9, 206-421-ROCK. Caller number 9, check it. It's going to be a good show, Joan Jett and Cheap Trick. Check it out. Good job, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
Got a new survey. Here's the situation about social media. More than half of people have indeed bought something they saw a celebrity or influencer promote on social media. This is a big thing. This is huge. I was at a radio convention, and I've talked about it before. This guy, Tom Bernard, who does a great radio show in Minnesota, he was also a voiceover guy. And he said his career was destroyed because celebrities started doing voiceovers. Like Matthew McConaughey doing car commercials. It used to be like no celebrity would ever do that. You were a loser if you did commercials. And then all of a sudden something switched. The script flipped and he was up for a gig.
Yeah, money talks.
Yeah. His agent said, "Hey, Tom, listen, good news. You're up for this big company." But the people he was up against were 2 big actors. And Tom's like, "Oh, yeah, like I have a shot at getting that."
Right.
And now there's a reason. It turns out people will buy what celebrities tell them to buy, which I have to say, I kind of want to drive a Lincoln because Matthew McConaughey is cool to me. Yeah, I really do. He makes me want to buy a Lincoln.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that I buy because it's, in a way, the reason why I love playing Ludwig drums is because John Bonham played them, but he wasn't I would imagine he must have been endorsed by them. They must have hooked him up with some free drums back in those days as well, because that's what they do, is like they give you the drums, or if you're on a lower level but you're still well known, they might give them to you at cost, and then the hope is that people will buy them because they see you playing them. That's the only instance. And maybe sometimes I'll see like a hockey player use a certain type of goalie gear, and I'm like, that looks pretty sweet, maybe I should get that. But then I look at the price, I'm like, maybe I'll just pretend that I got it, because that's a little out of my price range. But like, if a celebrity's wearing a certain shirt, I never really have been the type that's like, I need to get that shirt, unless I think it just looks good.
Yeah. This is interesting, though. So, and of course, they talk about these influencers on social media. Twitter's got a lot of influencers, and that's become a big thing. People you've never even heard of, but because they have so many followers, they are influencers. People buy what they tell them to buy.
Well, it was like when we had the Broken Lizard guys, the Super Troopers guys in. They did a thing where they went to something where like it was all pot inspired when they were in town, and they were with a bunch of pot influencers, which I thought was really funny. But there are people that are on social media that talk about and promote certain items that are in the pop culture that people buy.
Dude, it's just crazy what's out there. People are spending like about an average of $511 on these things, and most of us don't really regret it because we like to get new ideas for new stuff to buy from social media. But I was just talking to one of our employees, a brand new person here. She's telling me she's going to a show at the Paramount. Steve, I don't even... Now, you know the Paramount. To fill the Paramount, you got to be much successful if you can book a gig and get in the Paramount. Mm-hmm. There's a Dungeons and Dragons based podcast that's going to the Paramount, and it's sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got tickets to that?
Yeah, I'm front row.
Really?
Yeah, I'm front row.
Nice.
I asked Chris.
Big D&D guy.
Chris is
I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
But Uncle Chris is a big D&D guy. He didn't know who these guys were. It's like my brother, and me. They got a successful podcast. They got graphic novels. They got everything. I never even heard of them, and they're filling the Paramount. There's always some niche
Why wouldn't
business.
they be like My Dragon, and Me?
Yeah, you think it would be. Right. It is nuts. And so there are influencers everywhere we don't even know about.
My issue isn't even celebrities promoting things on social media. It's just social media promoting things on social media. Like today, I fell right for it. Vicky watched me unravel. I'm on Facebook, and those Facebook ads show up, and the next thing you know, there's this sweet pair of Nike skateboard shoes that are called the Portmore 2s.
Oh yeah.
And I was looking at it, I'm like, let me click on the link, and then I click on the link. I'm like, those are really cool. Oh, they're only $50. Where's my PayPal?
Really? Only $50?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Ooh, I meant to pick up a pair.
And how did that
you
get
can't.
promoted?
I already got them. Dibs on them.
Do they got different colors?
Yeah, they have different colors. They have gray, and they have gray and black and white. I went all black, duh.
Okay, I'll go gray then.
Yeah.
That all black looks good, Steve.
Yeah.
See, at least you got something practical.
And they're lightweight.
Yeah.
But the problem was, I would have never known about them, and I would have never purchased them had it not been one of those stupid ads on Facebook.
See, at least you get ads for like very practical things. I get ads for weird kind of stuff, and I'm tempted to buy it, like a witch's hat, a modern witch's hat that I'm...
That looks fun and fashionable.
Stay off social media, Vicky. You're a mess because you do buy stuff you don't need. You really do. You're saving for a house.
$22.95.
I know, it's down from $59.
Look, the reason why she doesn't get a house isn't because she dropped $22 on a witch's hat.
See, you're not helping, Steve. She's got it's impulse.
Look at that sweet
bad influence.
Look at that sweet Seahawks hoodie now.
Okay, the two of you have a problem. Get off the internet.
$50. It's heathered charcoal.
Get off the
Anything
internet.
that says heathered, is cool.
I just got one for Bones Coffee Company, and it's a skeleton-based coffee company. They have skeletons on all their things.
Oh, this is the worst time of year for Danny because it's Halloween time.
I should have bought. Now they got these other Nikes they're promoting, and they're Seahawk colors.
Yeah! No, you can't have everything, Steve. Pick something so the rest of us can get something.
Nope, too late. I'm buying everything I see on Facebook. Dang it. You guys are screwed.
Yeah.
And then they showed me a Minnesota Twins shirt. I'm like, at what point in my life have you heard me want a Minnesota Twins shirt, you weird Zuckerberg person?
Well, now they heard you talking about them during a sport. Maybe you were talking about the Mariners playing the Twins. And
no, I might have been talking about my favorite movie, Twins, starring Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger.
That's it.
But that's a whole different animal.
That's totally it. How would they know you? No, why would they think Twins? That's weird if they were listening to you talk about the Twins on the...
I know, sometimes I find it funny with the things that they try and promote to me.
Well, sometimes I get the Christian Mingle site sent to me.
They know you're trying to find you a good person. It's probably your aunt. Remember, she said she's praying for you.
Yeah, she is.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Whatever you want to talk about. Something we've done before. Something brand new you want to bring to the table. This is your turn. You're taking over. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the Loose. Your calls, your texts at 917 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by the Shane Company. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about. This is your show now. It's all you, baby, but
yes.
That doesn't mean it doesn't come with rules. It comes with rules.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we'll have to gong you and then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Just like that.
Someone texted in with a little bit of a relationship issue they'd like to ask us.
Well, as you know, I do know everything about relationships.
You wrote the book on relationships.
You know what? Back in the Paleo, I mean, on the caveman, the walls, like I drew the drawings.
Oh, you did the hieroglyphics, whatever they were called.
The cave drawings. That's
cave drawings.
That's me.
From BJ Shea. I said earlier you guys were talking about that woman that left that video game guy for his brother. Well, I have a dilemma. I'm happy and so in love with the most perfect man. I believe him and I are meant for each other, and it's the happiest I've ever been.
Oh, boy.
Here's the catch. Up until about a year ago, I was in a 6-year relationship with his brother. We were college sweethearts, and things didn't work out, but I was close to the family and the friends.
Yeah.
My current boyfriend and I never cheated or did anything when I was with my ex. We fell in love out of friendship, and a few months after the breakup, we started dating. Well, after 9 amazing months, my boyfriend just asked me to marry him and I said yes. Now, he wants to tell his whole family to start planning a huge wedding. I don't. I think we should just elope and then tell them afterwards. I'm afraid of telling his family because of the hurt it will cause my ex, and I'm scared they might talk my boyfriend out of it. Any help?
Okay, I'm a little confused. Who is the boyfriend to the ex's family?
That's his brother. She was dating a guy. They broke up. She started dating the brother
of that guy.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So they were together for 6 years, I believe, is what she... Yep, 6-year relationship. It ended. She was still friends with everybody in the family because they were together for 6 years. And so she stayed friends with the brother. And then next thing you know, they went to Slamtown.
And how long have they been Slamtowning?
9 months they've been living in Slamtown.
And they're going to get married.
Wow, that seems kind of fast.
That's very fast. That is very, very fast.
These days it seems like that's like 3 times the length of some people.
Yeah. Well, Steve, what kind of advice would you give this fine woman?
Man, I think you got to talk to them before you get married.
Because they don't know.
They must know that they're dating. They have to know that they're dating.
Well, see, if they know that they're dating, then why would the marriage be such a big problem if they know they're dating? I feel like they don't know.
I think that it's because it's too soon is what they'd have the problem with, because the other guy might still kind of be grieving a little bit.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this day.
So how long has it been since you broke up with the ex? Maybe I thought it was a little longer than 9 months.
Well, they've been together for 9 months. They started dating a few months after the breakup.
So let's say about a year.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
a year to be safe.
Yeah, few is about 3 months. I say, few is 3.
Yeah.
If you want to run off and elope, you know what? You're running away from your problems. That is not going to work.
And that's going to piss them off even more.
Yep.
You're still going to have to tell them. They're still going to be mad. And if he loves you, they're not going to be able to talk him out of it.
And also, why are you jumping into a marriage so quickly? Like, right now, you're kind of going through the honeymoon phase. You didn't have this feeling of new relationship for 6 years. So now that you have it, it's exciting. It's new. So why don't you just keep dating? Why do you have to get married?
Yeah, and why does he want to marry you like so quick as well? Because it's new for him,
They're
too.
in love, man.
Yeah, see, this in love and meant
in a weird way, they've been together for 6 years as well. They've known each other.
Oh, that makes it even weirder, man.
Yes. The whole
Does
thing.
the brother get to be the best man?
Ooh. No, because he obviously wasn't.
Oh.
Hey. That
Save that for the speech.
That hurts. Yeah.
Say, I know I'm the best man, but clearly I'm not.
That's
and
right.
then start crying and run off.
Yeah.
Womp womp. The best wedding ever.
Yeah, and this idea
Does
that
he planned the bachelor party?
Yeah.
And do you think he's going to sabotage him by trying to get some whores?
Oh, yeah, definitely got to do that. It's a way to get back.
Take pictures and send them to the ex.
Oh, yeah.
I would have never done this.
I would have been with you the whole time with no whores. Yeah, you're not going to listen to us because I don't think you will. But this is a bad idea. First of all, getting married so soon is a bad idea. You need to work this out with the family. You need to do it while not being married. Still be with them as a couple. That's fine. But work all this up. Get it out in the open. If people need to go talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. But this concept of we were meant to be together, I think we human beings need to stop this. You know who is meant to be with you?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I am meant to be with everyone.
You're meant to be with you.
Oh. stuck with me.
I feel like, look, what I've learned through therapy is that people tend to use other people to feel better about themselves, and that is not healthy. If you dig yourself, then you don't need anybody in your life, and all it means is someone who can be an addition to your life. It's like, you know what, if you're not with me, that's cool because I'm still having a good time, but boy, it'd be great to have you aboard. This idea we're meant to be and it's soulmates, I think it's really just basically a smokescreen for I've got problems and I don't want to go talk them out.
I think a lot of times it's more just people want to make a romantic statement or kind of make it into something more powerful in a sense. Like everyone wants that romance novel or romantic comedy story in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, I think you find somebody and it's like, this person is awesome and I'm very happy to spend the rest of my life with this person. But it sounds a lot more grandiose if you're like, this is my soulmate.
Yeah, I think that's what's wrong with us is we turn everything into a fake fantasy when really that's not reality.
I mean, gosh, you should at least make sure that the brother's cool with all this.
Everybody's got to be cool, Steve. You got to live with those people.
I'm not saying that that's the determining factor on whether or not you do one day get married, but I think you got to at least let them know ahead of time so they can be mentally ready for this. Because that's going to be, if you show up all of a sudden, you're like, we eloped, boy, that's going to send that guy probably down a dark road.
Here's the issue. Here's what she knows. She knows that she dug the brother while she was still with the other brother, and she feels guilty about that.
You think?
That's the only way she wants to marry him after 9 months. She was thinking he was cool and wanting to be with him way before they started dating. Otherwise, why is there a problem? You know, if it was a clean break where she just all of a sudden, hey, then I started to get to know him and found out he was a great guy. Turns out we're good together. But that's not how it is. She was exposed to his presence while she was with the ex and started digging the other guy, and she doesn't want to face the fact that that's who she is.
Well, you might be right, but also I think the problem is even if the way that she did it was of the most innocent ways, where like the relationship ended, then I just started getting to know the brother better and fell in love with him, it's still going to hurt that brother.
I agree, but the reason she doesn't want to do what you say is because of what I believe.
Oh.
Because you're right.
Because you are all-knowing.
Well, and I also think that they had a little hanky-panky even before.
She said they didn't. I believe her.
I don't believe her. I don't.
You have trust issues.
I don't have trust issues.
With our texters.
I just can tell when people are lying and they're women. Remember, I am the woman whisperer. Don't forget that, Steve.
Even via text.
Even via text, I'm the woman whisperer.
So you go via, I go via. What's the right way, huh?
You know what? We got to call Starbucks because they released that instant coffee, right? And I think that was via or via.
Viva, I thought.
That's a towel, isn't it?
Oh.
All right, we'll have to find out. I know it's Viva towels.
It's Starbucks.
Via.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't know. Is it via or via?
Well, I mean, it's not.
We don't call it the viaduct.
Yes, we don't call it the viaduct.
I was like, yes, no.
That's true. We don't call it the viaduct. You're right,
man. This is now one of life's big issues.
Yeah.
First, it was PetSmart or PetSmart.
It could be regional.
Now, is it via or via?
So I don't know. Is via Northeast? But you're from the Northeast, and you say via. So maybe via is from where we are. What do you say, Vicky?
I say via.
Yeah.
How about you?
Via con Dios.
Via.
See, that's right because the Mexican stuff.
It's probably true. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Rev, are you a via as well?
Yeah, absolutely a via.
Maybe. Oh man. I mean, then I'm saying it wrong. All right. I'll stand corrected. I'll try via from the rest of my life.
It could be tomato or tomato.
I don't know.
But I don't know anyone that says tomato. I never understood that.
Well, hello. Come to England. We all say tomato.
I'm not in England.
Hello, everybody. And we all do. We go via the tomato.
I should do that next time I get a sandwich somewhere and be like, hey, can I get it without any tomatoes? And see how they react.
Yeah.
I found the Starbucks ad that tells them how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is very exciting.
Here we go.
Starbucks Via Ready Brew.
Yes!
Via.
The winner!
But that's just for the Starbucks.
Exactly.
Because that's how you say it. Starbucks knows.
It was already said. It's not the viaduct.
I don't care, man. The Via coffee. Starbucks is bigger than the viaduct. And I'm going to call it the viaduct from now on.
So good luck to you, lady. I hope everything works out with you.
There you go. Sweetheart, seriously, go talk to somebody. You really ought to go talk to a professional. Honestly, please do. You don't want to get into a marriage where you're not completely right in yourself. It's not going to work. And when you want to run away from a problem, that's not going to work. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, I'm a crazy person, and I got myself fixed up a little bit because I went and talked to somebody. Please, you're going to ruin his life and your life and their life if you don't work this out with somebody. All right. There you go. See, Steve?
Problem solved.
She could fix it via a therapist.
Someone says it's not viable, viable.
Yeah. Guess what? It's now viable, and it's now the viaduct.
Yeah, see,
Starbucks has spoken.
Vicky sent me a video how to pronounce.
Is it a video or a video?
So here's this now as well. If it
Via.
Via.
Well, that's robots, man. I don't trust robots.
well, I think they're not robots.
they are taking
Via.
Via.
Son of a bitch.
I know. We've been doing it wrong.
So now I got to start. You've trained me, and I got to untrain your training. So I say via.
I'm still going to say via.
Yeah, you cheater.
And.
Huh?
What did she just say?
Via.
She just said a bad word?
No, she didn't. I hit it at the wrong spot. It's a YouTube
It
video.
sounded like she was going to.
There were no bad words.
Wow, hello. Don't say that about Steve. He's not that.
He says look up via in the dictionary. Or via.
I did on dictionary.com, and it does both.
Oh, no, it's one of those.
Via and via.
See?
See ya?
Okay. Hey, I'm going to take more calls at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Your calls, your texts at 933 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
See the text via text, VJ.
Okay. Via text, yes.
Earlier we were talking about when did things go horribly wrong, and somebody had this crazy story. There was a time a bunch of us went to some hot springs in Mount Baker for a friend's birthday. After a night of fun drinking and hanging out in the hot springs, a bunch of us got our tires slashed, and we were mostly stranded at the hot springs.
Oh, damn.
Sounds like the start of a horror film.
Yeah.
Apparently it was a man who was under the influence of something who decided to slash all of the tires, and then ended up trying to get away and ended up crashing his car into a tree. It was difficult to get a tow truck up there because it was off the logging road, and it took us all day because we had to bring tires up and change the tires at the hot springs.
Wow.
I wonder if the guy was within, talking distance, the weirdo that did that.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, honestly, dang, every story has got somebody who's just a little not right. Every time. And you got regular people just trying to have a good time.
Somebody just said, thanks, Steve. I just spent $109 on a couple pairs of those tennis shoes. Love them. The Nike shoes I was talking about.
So how about that? That's like 6 degrees of separation right there.
Yeah.
It was a social media post about a social media post that you read. That's how he got hooked.
Yep.
You should get something from maybe a free pair of sneakers now.
And then the trippy thing is, so I get a text from my wife who's just talking about a pair of shoes that she wants out of the blue. Right when we were talking about it, she wasn't listening because she was at home. And they look exactly like the shoes I got, but they're like a different brand, but they're all black shoes.
What?
Funny.
This world's crazy, man.
Dude, it's Minority Report. They know what we're thinking, and they're sending us ads.
They're just beaming it into her brain. She's like, she's like, I'd like to get these, but they're a little. And I'm like, well, I just bought a pair of shoes. I mean, I'd be a jerk if I said you can't get one too.
You are something.
What do you mean?
You're bad influence on Vicky. She's saving for a house.
Well, all I said is for her to buy a damn witch hat. That's $22.
Dude, it adds up when you keep buying things every week. You gotta stop it somewhere. She doesn't need a $20 witch hat.
Which, funny enough, I sent the link to Rev, and now he's complaining that he's getting ads for witchy stuff.
I'm getting spell books and witch hats in my targeted ads now.
And then we were talking about cat tree condos, and I just got a sponsored ad for a cat tree condo.
That's
a cat
nuts.
tree condo.
It's one of these guys. It's like the little kind of tree house thing.
Oh my gosh, that thing's ridiculous.
Kinda
Yeah,
cool.
they're
I wish I was a
amazing,
cat.
actually.
What the hell's the going rate for those things?
I don't know.
Usually I can find them online for about $60. That's
Yeah.
where I got Carl's and Frank's.
65.
What kind of algorithm does Facebook have that you can have a message conversation with somebody and right up the bat they will send you the ad? That's insanity.
The same happens if you have a verbal conversation with somebody. Something in the phone is picking up. There's not like a random little person in your phone that's listening to what you're saying, but your voice, they pick up certain words and certain keywords, and then that triggers, I should send an advertisement to you.
Oh my God. You should, to just troll somebody, just start sending them really random stuff like, farmers only or, toilet paper company. I don't know.
Well, you want to hear a crazy story? A texter says, I'm a recovering heroin addict. Ooh. I've never used needles, but I smoked it. My Facebook ads are for Reynolds Wrap. That's what I used to get. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Oh, wow. How weird is that?
So they will do the keywords for anybody.
Well, if they hear you say, I need some Reynolds Wrap, I mean, there's no heroin stores that would advertise.
I don't know. I mean, what if they... Yeah. Wow. That's
they're onto
crazy.
us, man. They're listening.
Yeah, and I've got two Echoes at the house, Amazon Echoes, and I'm imagining I didn't even think about the Amazon targeting I get from them. Probably because they hear me saying stuff, or jeez, I do get a lot of board game ads from Amazon. Mm-hmm. Makes sense because that's all I'm doing is playing board games at the house.
Yep, they're onto you, man.
Yeah.
But in the weird part, it's like it's weird and trippy. But then there are times where I'm like, oh, I'm so glad they advertised that to me.
Yeah,
I would have never known about it.
I don't know how
I would have saved some money.
So there are people that, there are something that here's our stuff. I guess that's what we're living with. None of our conversations are private.
It took you till right now to know that, man.
I guess it's just...
We've had this conversation before, too, about the...
I was hoping it would be in private. I didn't know we had in front of everybody.
No, we've had this conversation on the air about it picking up our voice in certain words, man.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't believe it was that good.
See, I remember the picture of Mark Zuckerberg,
Yes.
the picture of him where he actually had the laptop had the tape over the camera.
And the microphone.
Yeah, he even knows. He should know. But this is, insane.
That's how they're making their money and giving it to me for free, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if you don't like it, disable it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Or I could shut my phone off and shut the smart speaker off.
Yep, or whisper. I really like these Nike shirts.
There's a mute on the smart. There's a mute on my smart speaker on my Echo, but I wonder if it just mutes me turning her on and asking her stuff, but she still can hear.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I gotta wonder. Oh, I thought when I muted it that she didn't hear anything, but she probably still does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys don't seem to be bothered by it, so why should I?
And it's just how you accept this day and age. You're going to get weird targeted ads no matter what.
I just hope that it doesn't, all of a sudden we don't break into people's houses, and if there's a conversation that has a word in there that somebody doesn't like, next thing you know, you get to arrest somebody based on that. I don't want to see that science fiction nightmare happen.
Well, let's don't do anything bad, man. You don't have to worry about
Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Please. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
All right, so we've already had a weird debate over via or via. This might be even a more odd debate to have, but this person says, my wife and I, we got invited to a party and we're asked to bring something. It's potluck. My rule on this is it cannot be store-bought. So that means you can't go to the store and buy cookies, brownies, sandwiches, or anything. It has to be homemade. My wife doesn't agree, and we're arguing about this. What do you think? Is it bad or lazy to just buy something store-bought to a potluck, or does it have to be homemade?
I would say this. If you are going to buy something store-bought, and you know the people, make sure you get something you know they love, or you go high-end with the store-bought. Like you go to a bakery and get some really good, desserts that you just can't get at a supermarket.
Like Yellow Leaf and get those cupcakes.
No one's ever going to go, you didn't make the Yellow Leaf cupcakes yourself? Well, then take them away.
Yeah.
No one's, but if you just bring in, look, people
I used to be the cheese and crackers guy. Miles used to give me a hard time whenever we'd have parties. I'd always show up with that store-bought tray of cheese and crackers.
And honestly, if you're at a party where Steve's coming, do you want him to cook something for you?
No.
Exactly.
Nope.
And then one time I didn't, and I got something nicer, and everybody was complaining that the cheese and crackers weren't there.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's
I'm
your
the cheese
thing.
and crackers guy.
Yeah, I was the M&M buffet guy, and people complained when I didn't bring them because people made fun of me too, going, "Oh, you went and bought about 4 or 5 bags of M&Ms, big deal." I go, but I made sure they were all different flavors so that you could have like a buffet.
Yeah.
Nobody appreciated that. I'm going, I don't cook, so I'm not going to try to cook anything for
I
you people.
appreciated it.
Thank you, Red.
I love those M&Ms.
The worst thing I remember one time I was invited to a barbecue. Craig Gassy invited me to this barbecue where it's like some pretty cool people in the music world from around town. He's like, come on, you should come along. I'm like, awesome. So now I'm stressed. I'm like, I need to bring something. So I thought it would be a good idea to just get 5 pounds of freaking macaroni salad. 5 pounds?
That's a lot of macaroni
I didn't
salad.
think it was that much until they actually filled it up. And at that point, it was the point of no return. How do I say, no, don't give it to me? You just started filling.
5 pounds. 5 pounds.
Well, in my head, I'm like, everyone loves macaroni salad, right?
Yeah,
but... So I now have this giant container of macaroni salad. And I actually pulled the sticker off of the container trying to think, maybe. And I remember bringing it home to my wife. She's like, what the hell did you just buy? I'm like, well, I'm going to that party and I got 5 pounds of macaroni salad.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm pulling the sticker off and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I want to make it look like I made it.
And she's like, no one's going to think you made 5 pounds of macaroni salad
they're not.
and conveniently put it in the same type of cases that QFC has.
Yeah.
That's why you got to put it in Tupperware, man.
Yeah.
And just say, you know what, I kind of, the amount of pasta got away from me. So, you never make the right amount of pasta. So that's believable. You just didn't think it through, Steve.
Maybe
none of this.
Maybe
5 pounds.
Maybe a half a pound of that
Here's the
macaroni
thing.
salad was eaten. I did probably about a quarter pound of it myself.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They're going to know you don't cook because nobody would cook 5 pounds of pasta for macaroni salad. So they'll know that you bought it because anybody that has the idea of how to do things would never do and accidentally make 5 pounds of pasta.
I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, because those pastas get really big really fast.
Yeah, but anybody that's done it once in their life knows that.
Has he done it once in his life?
Well, I've now known to never buy 5 pounds of macaroni salad and just stick with a pound.
And I would be able to tell, by the way, if you made it yourself.
Yeah.
I would know. Because everybody knows that flavor of macaroni salad you get at QFC or any supermarket. They all have the very similar flavor.
I thought they all taste the same.
Yeah, that's the point. Except the ones that are homemade, somebody always throws a little something extra.
Oh, so I should throw a little paprika on it.
Exactly. That's what you do.
I mean, I did it wrong. Some Old Bay.
That's how you make it feel like,
Sprinkle, bitches.
Sprinkle, bitches has been called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Salt Bay, baby.
Yeah. So you go to a potluck and you get something that dessert's the easiest thing to bring to a potluck if you get high end. Easiest thing to bring. Though, I mean, there are people that love the football cookies that you get at QFC, the frosted ones.
Oh, yeah. They're delicious.
Yeah, so, I mean, I bring those. If you bring them in a fancy something, it makes you look better at least, like you tried.
I say you bring something.
Yeah.
Still be the person that doesn't bring anything.
Yeah, it depends on the quality party. But if you're going to a highfalutin party or like a rock party where those guys are used to getting some good stuff because they're always getting fed well, yeah, you got to bring it. You got to step up your game.
So what? Now all of a sudden people of a certain echelon do not like macaroni salad?
Well, Jen, if you're a rock star echelon, they're getting fed well.
Well, at some point they needed to eat that macaroni salad. I'm just trying to keep it real.
All right.
Keep it real.
Keep it real, Steve, with your 5 pounds of macaroni salad. Keep it real, brother.
Needless to say, I also took the 5 pounds back home.
Oh, I bet people weren't upset about that either.
No, they actually asked me to take it.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go.
The host of the party, she's like, I don't have any room for this.
Yeah,
Can you take it?
But if you brought 5 boxes of yellow leaf, believe me, somebody would have room for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's like, I can't fit this in my refrigerator. I'm like, oh, are you sure?
I mean, they probably thought, what, this gut bomb of this 5 pound macaroni. They probably looked at you and said, this guy is a shed.
And I'm sadly sitting outside their house in my car just eating it before I leave.
Yeah. No one liked my macaroni salad. Oh, man. I got a question for you. What do you think is the top thing the kids are teaching their grandparents in 2018? Yeah, the kids are teaching the old folk. I'll tell you what it is at 9:48 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. This Sunday is National Grandparents' Day, and pretty much 8 in 10 grandparents were in a survey saying that they spend time with their grandkids and it keeps them young. It's a big help for them.
Yeah.
And
never thought about it like that. That makes sense.
Makes sense. And they learn a lot from their grandkids, too. As a matter of fact, they learn 3 major things, tech-related things, pop culture things, and self-improvement stuff, which it is important. There's something about learning from your kids when you're older. You go, I don't want to hear from you. But learning from your grandkids, it feels like,
show me how to work this iPhone.
And you feel like the kid's cute and you like them.
How do I put these bunny ears on my Snapchat?
Yeah, that's it.
That's probably not happening to many grandparents.
Well, you'd be surprised.
That's true.
A lot of pop culture things. I mean, grandparents are saying they've learned the words to the song "Let It Go" from Frozen. Where they know what YOLO means and how. It's adorable for the grandkids to hear like grandmom say, "Hey, YOLO." Well, I'm dig that.
I'm shocked. Our texters had some suggestions. Kids are teaching their grandparents how to smoke weed. I'm shocked that didn't make the list.
Yeah, it's surprising. Yeah,
and I bet kids are teaching their grandparents how to eat laundry detergent.
Yeah,
Tide Pods.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Of course. Here you go, Grandpa. They're colorful. Ryan Castle, he is up next with a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
But then poor Woody, what does he got? He's like, wow, who's Woody? What do you mean, who's Woody? How do you not know who the hell Woody is?
I haven't seen all of Toy Story, man.
What?
All right, long story short. In college, we all thought it'd be fun to watch Toy Story and get super baked. And I took a pull out of a 6-foot bong, and I got an anxiety attack, and I started having a meltdown, and we had to call the school nurse because I was tripping out on Toy Story, so I never watched it since then.
Dude, most of your stories in college involve
involve you taking drugs wrong? Yes.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.